as we are heading into this day, with two areas of low pressure, both moving in our direction. So that's why we're going to see first this increase in cloud cover. So by the time we head into the noon hour, really, we'll start to see more clouds in the mix. By the afternoon, we'll have about a 30% chance of seeing some showers. This is 7 p.m. This particular model is picking up on some shower activity. So again, it's not for everybody, but you'll want to grab that umbrella as you head out the door. We do have that chance this evening and tonight. And then tomorrow is when things really start to ramp up. We are expecting Thursday to be a rainy day, but also a very cool day as well. So much cooler temperatures and pretty soggy. Starting in the morning, we'll start to see some widespread rain as we continue into the evening. We're talking about some rain that will be heavy at times, and then we get wraparound moisture as we head into Friday. So we'll have a chance to see some rain. Some of our northern suburbs, a little bit of rain snow mix. So we're talking anywhere from ½ inch to 1.5 inches of rain out of what's coming our way later today through Friday.
In the Weather Center, Lonnie.
You betcha, Jess. I mean, this is going to be, it's already out there right now. It's shaping up to be a good old-fashioned snowstorm, possibly a blizzard for us. And again, blizzard dictated by the winds more than actual falling snow, but the winds are going to end up being a big issue right now. Okay, now this is up at elevation. You're up about 1,000 feet with this picture, but the winds, you know, they're whipping. Look at that snow. It's falling sideways, still falling sideways. I pointed out when I was with you at the top of the show, well, things haven't really changed. That big wind will eventually get all the way down to the surface as we get into our day tomorrow. Right now, they're recorded at 20 miles per hour. We could potentially, you heard from my colleague Vanessa say, hey, there's the possibility for 50, 55 mile per hour gusts tomorrow. And even if you don't get the big gusts, your sustained winds tomorrow are going to be significantly stronger than we've had around here recently. Taking a look at where the snow is falling heaviest right now. Wherever you see that pale white color, a little bit of a lavender mixed in, that's not very heavy. But when you see that darker color, zoom in tight, right there. Hear that? That's the sound of knocking on Brooklyn. Brooklyn, you're catching a pretty good bout of snow. Also down around Sandy Hook, portions of Monmouth County. And as you go down Monmouth County, sort of peppered right along the shoreline. What I want to show you, all right, bigger picture, is where the rain-snow line is. This is going to be key to really nailing what the snowfall totals are going to be. And quite honestly, it's so hard to do. Whenever you have a storm that's going to have some mixing involved, some sleet, maybe some rain, tough to figure out those numbers. Now, we talk about this storm coming into the sweet spot. As of right now, it's down around Cape May, where we already have some rainfall. We had some rain around Atlantic City even. But we talk about it hitting the sweet spot tomorrow and merging, right? The sweet spot is the 70-40 line. 70 longitude, 40 latitude. If you get a storm right around here, that's where we get our biggest snowfall totals. And wouldn't you know it, at some point tomorrow, it's going to be right there. And then we talk about the duration of this storm. It kind of treads water. It doesn't move too fast at all. It'll eventually sort of circuitously get out of here. And as it moves to the north, which this will do, it's going to move to the north. As it moves to the north, it's going to do something that I didn't see on Friday. Friday, I was telling you folks, if you were with me, that this is not a storm for the area north and west. I thought it was a storm south of New York City. Well, it's going to make that path. All right, it's going to put bigger numbers north and west of New York City. What it's also going to do, it's going to bring in some milder air along our coastal communities. So I do believe this rain-snow line is going to push a little farther to the north. Let's watch it right now. This is initializing perfectly. Whenever they initialize perfectly, I've got to give it more credence than just, hey, maybe it's a good model, maybe it's not. This is right on par. So here we go. There's your rain-snow line, 6:30 in the morning. It's into, you know, right around the border of Monmouth County with Ocean County, nipping at the South Shore. Does it go farther north? A little bit, but not much. And if that's the case, that's why we see bigger totals. If that changes and you start getting some very heavy rain in New York City, in the metro areas, the numbers have got to come down. But right now, we see it just flirting with us and not really making that big push into the area. Here you are Monday, 6 p.m., and then maybe a little bit of rain finishes it out. But those numbers would be big, guys. I'm going to step this way, show you my extended forecast. But again, we look at the possibility for a foot of snow in New York City.
Still at 45. With that wind shifting, gusty winds will usher in colder temperatures later. You know, let's set the stage for you. Wet today, bright tomorrow, quiet next week, but we pay the price with this storm. Yesterday, highs around the area were actually pretty good. We hit them early in the day and early in the afternoon. Upper 40s and low 50s. In and around close to town, you were right at 52 in the city, and 52 is actually above normal. You can see it was even a little bit warmer out at LaGuardia. So yesterday above normal, today soggy, temperatures closer to normal, but I want to get you ready. Wake up wind chills tomorrow morning in the teens. So you've got this cold air that's on the move. Yeah, teens and 20s if you're lucky. Now let's talk rain. Heavy rain just to the west. It's filling in up through more of Bergen County, Rockland, Westchester. That's just going to migrate right into Fairfield. Expand the view. You can see it's a mess. This is the low. Let's time it out with the futurecast for you. I just want to draw your attention to the brighter colors, indicating that heavy rain that's going to spin through as this big pinwheel of energy continues to push on through. See that bright color south of the island? So watch this. This is now 10 o'clock into the noon hour. We're still dealing with rain, and then to the north you see a little bit of snow being pulled in. That's the cold air. That cold air takes over. We're done with the rain by this afternoon for the most part, but you're still dealing with that gusty wind. Want to show you some of the model-driven guidance as far as rain. Still on board for a 1+ event for the city and points east. And then for snow, the focus of the snow could actually shift out to the island. One of the models yesterday had a little bit of snow through Nassau, Suffolk. You can see it's more northeast for the snow. Then we're done with that, and then it's the cold temperatures that you're dealing with. Really